What's up out there? I will have a longer video for this game up tomorrow. I actually recorded that one first, but it's about an hour long or a little bit over an hour long. And it goes through basically a full playthrough that you would go. You pretty much pick an airship, you run through, do a bunch of different waves, kill the final boss. It's the first time I've actually completed this game. I shouldn't say completed the game. This is a vampire survival style game. So basically you do a run and you may die somewhere in the middle. You may die on the final boss or you may beat it. And then you load up a different ship, try a whole bunch of different things and run it again. So it's not like you actually complete the game and finish it. But the video that I created first for the initial video that I created was very long. I actually got the whole run done. We go through a whole bunch of different things as you run through the map or run through the different waves. There's a lot of things to cover. So I think it's a good video overall, but it's not, I didn't want to leave just one giant video up. So this is a very short version of that comparatively. And this is the initial thing you're going to see, even though I created this one after that one, this one's going up before that one. So at any rate, this is the short version. If you want to see a longer playthrough of this and see how it goes, there is going to be a longer playthrough up tomorrow. This is for a game called Airships Lost Flotilla. The developer actually reached out a couple of weeks before the game came out and asked if I was interested in checking it out. So that's why I'm able to bring it to you today. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I like Vampire Survivor games. And then I played this and really got sucked into it. There's some really cool things that this game does that other games don't do or haven't done in a long time. So let's dive into this. This is developed by David Stark, published by David Stark and MetaRoot. It is not going into early access as far as I understand. It should be the full game. This will be released on January 23rd, 2025. I believe I can put my video up on the 22nd, so I have to check my embargo release time, but I can put this video up a little bit early, so you're going to see this video before it actually launches. The other video, even though I said it's going to be before it launches, will be probably timed at the way whenever it should launch or just before. So this one's going up. The quick video is going up the day before. Long video is going up the next day. There is a demo as of, well, when I looked at this originally, there was a demo. I think I saw in the news for the game that they're taking the demo down. I don't know if they're going to replace that with a newer demo. I'm guessing they probably took the current demo down because it may not reflect the way the game is going to launch into full release. I'm not sure. Speculation's all I have, but I always like to see it's always nice to be able to say, hey, there's a demo, just go check it out. I'm not sure if there will or won't be. I don't know the price on this. Obviously, there's no reviews to go by on Steam because it's not released yet. And as of now, I've played 4 or 5 hours, something like that. There have been no performance issues. Game's played flawlessly. So let's dive into what this is. This is a vampire survival type game. Now we looked at a game, I love vampire survival games, but we looked at a game last year called Sea of Survivors, which was the boat version of this. This is the airplane version. So if you liked Sea of Survivors or thought that, or if you think this looks cool, Sea of Survivors is also good. I love these kinds of games. You know, you've got all the Halls of Torment and all the other kinds of games out there, but I like these that go and explore a different thing. Like you had the boat, the ship-based pirate one with Sea of Survivors, and you got this one with airships and everything like that. I love the concept of it. This one takes and does a few other things, which we will get into. So first and foremost, there are a number of ships. Now, I have to put a preface on this. I've unlocked a bunch of things, and the developers been putting out patches or updates here and there. So at certain times, when I first got this, I didn't have hardly anything unlocked. I think this cruiser is like the first ship you get. I don't remember if anything else is unlocked or how the unlock order, but there's a whole variety of ships that you can unlock as you play through this. And I think there was a patch that unlocked a bunch of things and then it's locked back up. I'm sure they're tweaking things. So I'm not sure what you're going to see at the end result, because between a combination of what the developers been adding to the game, getting up to release, and what I've been playing, I've unlocked a bunch of different things. But there's a smattering of different ships you can pick in here. I kind of like this battleship. It turns horribly slow. This airplane doesn't stop. You know, there's some really interesting ideas behind this. They all have different variations of armor and HP and speeds, turn rates, that kind of thing. How many weapons they can hold, how many different modules they get, or escorts and everything. So we'll pick a ship here. I think you have to unlock these captains, which I actually unlocked during one patch. They had all the captains were unlocked, and then during another patch, I think all the captains went away and they went. I would prefer them to be locked so that I have to go unlock them. So I like this. I didn't like just having them all at once. But in the video that is coming out tomorrow, I actually didn't have any of the captains unlocked. When I finished it, I unlocked a whole bunch of captains. So it's in a, again, I'm not sure what your experience is going to be, but I have some captains to select from. I am going to take Brothers In. We're going to get less HP, but some shields. I'm going to throw this on easy. The first thing you're going to do is start off in here, and you're going to go, probably shouldn't have taken the big HP ship and took all the, I don't know if this has a lot of HP or just armor. Probably shouldn't have taken this ship and gutted its HP though with shields, but whatever. So at any rate, you're going to go into here, you're going to fight a wave of monsters. Each wave lasts 60 seconds. So this isn't a big 30-minute time commitment like you get with Vampire Survivors. Each one of these little, bring that volume down a little bit. Each one of these waves is 60 seconds, and then you're going to get a moment in between to outfit your ship and make choices to it. The run that I did has, I don't know, 18 or 19 waves, maybe 20, something like that. And it ran about an hour, but there was a lot of discussion going on. I spent a lot of time strategizing what weapons to use and things like that. So this is basically the core experience that you are going to get. And there's a bunch of different monsters to shoot. Like you've got bugs on here. There's like pirates and some Navy vessels and things, a whole bunch of other ships or a whole bunch of other factions to go kill off. Okay. When you get done with a run, you come to this screen here where you've got a lot of different options to purchase. There are doctrines you can get down here, additional weapons, some modules, and some escorts. Escorts are like ships that repair you, things that shoot other ships down, stuff like that. Doctrine is more, they'll show the little symbol, like this has a circle here for that, this has got a square for that, and then doctrines are a diamond. Those are more like passive perks or something like that. I say that, but if I buy this Helmsman, this is also a passive perk down here, but it's not a doctrine. So if you buy a module, it takes up a module space. If you buy these little perks, they come down here and you can have a big number of these. I don't know how many you can go with it. Escorts take up a slot, modules take up a slot, weapons take up a slot, and doctrines take up a slot, but these down here just kind of like add on. So matches are only 60 seconds to kill and loot as much as you can. There is a lot of variety in ships with movement speed, health, and shields. The captains each have a different attribute, as we saw there earlier. Weapons all have different ranges, reload times, damage. You'll notice that this has a 700 range with a 12 damage and a 1.6 second reload time versus the cannon with 10 damage, 1 second reload time, and 500 range. So there's a lot of different variety there. One thing that's not explained here is that the weapons have different status effects, like these flak cannons do stun. So you'll have different status effects like the stun off the flak cannon. Let's see here. In the maps themselves, this is something we go over a lot more in this video we're going to get tomorrow. There are area effects like wind gusts, sandstorm, that kind of thing. There are clouds that will obscure your vision and put out fires. So your ship catches on fire, you can duck into a cloud. The clouds aren't on every map, but the ones there are on, you can actually duck into. There's some that light you on fire, or there's some that do damage while you're in them. There are also what I'm going to call these little stations that provide like a localized benefit, positive or negative. These are little things that look like a floating asteroid or something on the map. They'll have a radius around them. Sometimes they'll have like, I can't remember what the one is, faster reload rate, but no XP, or one does damage and catches you on fire when you're in it. So there's different effects that you get from like just the area stuff. There is a very cool concept in here that is this research. Now, I wish there was a button on here that you could push to get to it, but you have to actually hit the escape key and then select the Air Sailor's Manual, and you get this big, long book of stuff. And I think there's like 3 pages, because I think at one point they patched in a 3rd page and now it's patched back out. I wouldn't say it's patched back out. It's just stuff that I haven't unlocked. So if you go into here, like this research is complete, so I can actually unlock a new captain. and you will unlock all kinds of different modules and all kind of different things like that. Like I need to kill 42 more gigantic bees in order to unlock whatever this gets me. The cool thing about this is if you go, one of the first pages, you get this forward and it says, never got around to making an index. Any future reader will just have to use symbol references. So the bottom of the page down here, which I'm not covering up, has little symbols. And if you come up to this thing, you can enter page codes and it will take you to the page. The cool thing is, and I don't have an immediate example, we look at it a little bit further in the video for tomorrow, but this is an easy one. They will give you a page here, take your phone out, take a screenshot, go over to this, enter that code page in, and it will take you to whatever that page is. So there's like little mysteries in here, and it's like a little code cracking type of thing. There's also a trailer for this where they have somewhere they've hidden a code in there. I need to go search it down, but it's a very cool system. I like this a lot. And then once you've finished them, it shows the little research complete symbol. And some of these lead to other things that you're going to get. And sometimes there'll be little, like, see, there's this, whatever this is starting to form. I don't know what that is, but there's like little pictures and maybe clues or hints. Like this thing's got some symbols on it and it shows you, hey, wing and rudder. So maybe there's something that this unlocks. I don't know, but I love the concept of this. You can complete, there's offline AFK research completion. Most of the time you're going to complete research by killing monsters or doing whatever little tasks in the game. But I think that is really cool. Love that kind of system. You don't see little decoder rings added into mini games anymore, like little extra features beyond the gameplay, which I think is really cool. There's also a faction-based system in here, which I don't think we're going to see too much of. Actually, I can probably show it to you here. They provide you with different benefits as you play. We dig more into it in the long-form version of this video for tomorrow, but they can ally with you, offering additional ships or research or things like that. So, for instance, if we click on dragons here, this is very hard. The reward is $70, and I think the weapons, upgrades, training, and escorts, this is the types of rewards you're going to get when you dump out after that to the upgrade screen. If we go over here, we've got WASP, which gives $60, and then these kinds of upgrades. Let's see if this one gives you 100% scrap value for a bonus. $60 here. Let's see. I got a triplane for the reward on that one. Let's see here. What else do we get? Reputation for the mad scientist on this one and 100% scrap value. If we go looking at this, like this, I need to kill 106 more Gatling Raiders for research. Let's see here. This one gives me Trilunar Church and Protective Blessing for a reward. As you get these reputations, they'll show up in the upper left and up here. And I think, I'm not exactly certain on this, but I think that impacts how many escorts and things you get as you go through this. If you go to a negative, it might, I'm not sure what it does when you go negative on reputation, but like these pirates, well, we'd be killing pirates in here, but some of these, let's see if we can find one here. Oh, probably can't tell until you get there. Some of these will have multiple buttons. So like if I come up here, there'll be two or three different buttons up where this word dragons is. And it lets you choose which faction you want to side with or run by yourself. So there's a lot of options as you go in with this. Let's just do this. We'll go through and kill some stuff in here and do one more round of upgrades before we call this a video. But this is, let's see here, Airships Lost Flotillas. I got to remember the name. I just fire it up and go play. I think this is a really cool game. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I love the Vampire Survivors formula, and I love seeing people innovate on that. There's so many cool games in this space. Some of them are getting repetitive for sure, but there are some like this one and Sea of Survivors and Halls of Torment and all those kinds of games that kind of go out of their way and do something different and just take the idea and create a new concept or a new idea, especially with like the research, the way they do the research here, the little code book. You got to crack the code, so to speak, and all that. I love little gimmicks like that. I think it's great, especially when it's well done. I think this one seems to be fairly well done. So yeah, that's this game, and I love it. I think it's great. So we come out of here and then we go and get our next selection of options. So I could buy a deck gun with 350 range, which I think I'm going to do. We could do a flamethrower that's got a little bit less range. Let's see here. We could do scavenger hooks for gathering a little faster. That puts this down here. And then there's a host of other options. But at any rate, I think this should give you a good primer on what this game is and how it plays. Again, there's going to be a very long video out tomorrow that goes through a lot more of this and a lot more in depth and all the things that I've learned so far. But that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy it, and the link to the game on Steam will be down below. This is Airships Lost Flotilla. Give it a shot. I think it's a really cool game. That's going to do it for this one. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.